Hello. I'm Donald Davies. You might not know me by sight, but I guarantee my work touches your life every day. You've heard of the internet, right? The thing you use to stream videos, send emails, and browse this very conversation? Well, my little invention, packet switching, plays a crucial part in how all of that works. But let me take you back to the beginning and tell you a story. I was born in 1924, in a time when the world was just getting a taste of the technological revolution. The radio was new, and television was just a concept. But even as a child, I had a deep curiosity for how things worked. Do you remember the first time you tinkered with something, wanting to understand it? For me, it was electrical circuits, such simple things, but they ignited a passion. After the war, I went to Imperial College London and eventually joined the National Physical Laboratory (NPL), a place where scientific innovation was in the air. It was here that I began to wonder about a pressing question. How do we improve communication between computers? Now, this was the 1960s, and computers were these massive, isolated beasts, barely able to communicate with each other. But I had an idea. Let me tell you, convincing people that my idea, packet switching, would work wasn't easy. In those days, the prevailing model for communication was based on something called circuit switching. Think old telephone networks. If you've ever had someone brush off your idea, you'll understand how I felt. People didn't believe you could break data into small packets and then reassemble them at their destination without losing information. It's too risky, they'd say, or it'll never scale. But that's what progress is, isn't it? Taking risks, pushing boundaries. Have you ever had an idea so clear in your mind, but no one around you understood it yet? That was me. And so I pushed on, refining the theory, testing it, and proving it could revolutionize communication. By 1967, I had developed the full concept of packet switching. This idea would allow computers to send data in tiny, manageable packets, each with a destination address. If one route was blocked or congested, the packet could be rerouted, much like cars finding alternative routes in traffic. Does this sound familiar? Of course, it does. This is how the internet works today. My work, along with contemporaries in the U.S., like Paul Barron, laid the foundation for the creation of ARPANET, the forerunner to the internet. Can you imagine a world without the internet? Every email, every WhatsApp message, every online search you do today owes something to packet switching. But more than the technical success, what I'm proud of is that we didn't just invent something for today. We built a system that could scale for tomorrow. Now, I'm not going to stand here and pretend I didn't have failures. One of the hardest things for me to accept was how long it took for packet switching to be recognized for its potential. You see, we introduced the concept at NPL, but it was the Americans with ARPANET who got the most recognition. Our British network, the Mark I, didn't get the same limelight. Have you ever felt like you were overlooked? Like you did the work, but someone else got the credit? It wasn't easy, but I realized that the impact mattered more than personal fame. The important thing is that packet switching works, no matter who's holding the spotlight. As for my personal life, it was quite ordinary. I wasn't a rock star or a celebrity, but my heart was always at home with my family. I've always been a bit of a private person. Do you know that feeling when you can immerse yourself in your work but still crave that quiet time with your loved ones? My wife and children were my grounding force. We enjoyed simple things, long walks, reading, and spending time together. When I look back, what stands out most is the balance. Yes, I had my passion for computing and networks, but my family reminded me why I was doing it. To make the world a better place, for them and for future generations. Now, I'll ask you, have you ever worked on something you knew could change the world? even if the world wasn't ready for it yet? What pushes you to keep going when the path ahead seems unclear? That drive, that vision, that's what got me through. And I bet it'll carry you through too.